Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Legionary's Life, episode number 12. Moving on with Tortuga V, the most successful of the Tortugas. We're a little bit lower on health after a little bit of fighting, but our morale is superb. Let's see how things go for us, continuing at Campi Magni in Africa. So last episode we did survive a 1v5. In fact, we successfully eliminated all of the other 5. I thought that was probably the most exciting and cool moment in this game for me, actually, to date. It was just awesome. And here we go. So we've kind of defeated the army we were up against, and now jumping right back into the lore. I mean, not the lore, this is history. Syphax has fled and is heading to his kingdom with the remnants of his army. Hasdrubal is going back to Carthage. Or going back to Carthage. Yeah. Laelius and Massinissa are sent after the Numidian king. They take a large cavalry force and many light troops. Your legion stays with Scipio. Carthage no longer has an army that can face you in pitched battle. Your morale has increased by 8. Well, that doesn't matter. Actually, there is one right now. It has been in Italian. It's been there for the last 15 years. Hannibal's. So our morale is as high as it can possibly go, I guess. It'd be kind of nice if that was... Oh, okay, this is the end of it. So it'd be nice if that morale was actually off the screen. If it was actually stored above 100, but I don't think so. I think it's capped. So we only gained 1 skill and everything. And another 1 skill and everything for maybe extra deeds. Or I don't know if this is because we 1v5'd, but it would make sense that surviving such a thing would impart you with a bit of battle wisdom. And in recognition of your efforts and achievements, or my efforts and achievements, or Tortuga V's efforts and achievements, you have been promoted to Centurio Posterior. Back to the training. Okay, so let's see. Let's again review, as we always like to do. Good news, by the way, our morale will stay superb for the time being, since our health was completely healed. We have pretty decent sword and shield ratings, 63 and 65. Javelin's a bit low, could be higher. Probably worth raising the javelin if we're having trouble training up anything else. The other things that I would really like to get up are coordination and strength. Endurance, I feel like at this point is actually high enough, but it's a byproduct of the things we're going to be looking to do anyway. So endurance and coordination, and yeah, we'll do this one, strength. Oh. This part of the country is at the mercy of Rome's legions. Several cities surrender without a fight. Not every city, though. The one in front of you stands defiantly against your besieging army. Today, you'll storm the city walls. Wherever you look, men are at work building ladders. Getting the right length can be a difficult task. So we can either have our say, which I'm sure has a lot to do with intellect, or we can let others make the appropriate assessment, which I think we will do. You advance towards the city, the assault begins. The defenders do what they can to thwart your actions, as the ladders are propped up against the walls. Their length may not be perfect, but they will do. The first man over the wall will receive a mural crown, one of the most highly regarded awards in the army. You are not in charge of the maniple. Making it on your own will be even more difficult. Of course, you may decide to help your centurion. You can be sure he will be generous, should he succeed. We can either go for the mural crown, try to be the first over the wall, which, according to this, does not really make sense. We can help the centurion, or we can just do our job. I think we'll just do our job. Your careful approach spares you the worst. While you are still climbing, the opposition on the ramparts is slowly but steadily crushed. Your compatriots have overcome the city's defenses. Your centurion is claiming to have been the first to mount the wall. You clearly saw he wasn't. High virtue. Ooh, we can testify against him. Let's do that, because if it gives us an option to, I kind of want to. Thanks to your declaration, the mural crown is assigned to another centurion, the rightful winner. Scipio is impressed. Yeah, I imagine that our centurion is not going to like us for this. It takes guts to testify against your own centurion. Our virtue is further increased, and the proconsul notices who we are. He is so impressed that he offers you a place in the other centurion's maniple. Ah, you gladly accept. What a nice thing. Okay, so that was nice, and actually the amount of time that has gone by is... that's a very good thing. We'll definitely be looking for better armor in this one. We're only at 700, so we don't actually have that much money. But I think we're actually still looking around all our old equipment. I never sold it because we never had anything to replace that was really expensive. So we might actually have more, enough to buy whatever we want. Still, I think the thing I want is swimming. Endurance has... but, okay, wow. The recent sack of the enemy camp and the capture of nearby cities provides a large amount of loot and spoils and shared among the troops as usual. You have gained 600. Okay, well, never mind about not having enough money. You also hear about Syphax's capture. He was unhorsed while leading a desperate attack on Laelius and Massinius's army near Cirta, the capital of his kingdom. Carthage has lost its most valuable ally. Our morale has increased by 2, although I don't think that has yet come into play. Yeah, so I think we'll just keep working out. I want coordination. What about strength? Okay. We passed some charisma and virtue check. Your soldiers see you as a reliable and just leader. Your opinion troop has increased by 7. Fantastic. Okay, you know what? That reminds me that we probably ought to be going over, yeah, it's really high, to the best. You are well liked enough to have a high chance of success, but it did not work this time. Okay, let's just try it again. Look at that, it worked. Both shield and sword. Sword going up. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay, never mind. We're putting in charge of a small forage party and sent out to collect supplies. By the way, I just want to... it doesn't let us actually look at our character this time. Okay, I don't want to see this. There's no way to stop it, so we'll just... And you can pause and read that if you want. I didn't read that last thing about the more senior your officer or whatever. So, it actually looks extremely difficult. I think I'm going to go to the right first, because there's 4 over here, and 2 is definitely not going to be enough. Might as well go there, and then if we have to, we can run back all the way over to the other side. Hopefully that won't be deemed necessary. I think what we want to do is go all the way to the right, where it's pretty open, go all the way up, and then we'll mess around with the mountains when we have to, basically. I don't think there's any way to avoid just going through. I've been told by Jean, my faithful strategist, I guess, that you're supposed to avoid collecting anything until the very end. I don't know what the bonus was for that, but I did, maybe just a coincidence, but I did actually get the, what's it called? I gotta be careful about this double tap thing. I did get a bonus to either intelligence or charisma last time, and I'm not sure if it was related to not collecting it anywhere but towns, but here we go again, this same old thing. You make your men close ranks after we heard horses fasten on our tail, and move to an easily defensible position before it's too late. Charisma and awareness, so charisma, 60, awareness, oh wow, so not bad. Carthaginian heavy cavalrymen are few in number. They come to a halt and watch you from a distance. Frontal charge when you're ready to receive it would be suicidal. They shadow us, but nothing happens. Okay, so next city. Collect. We're probably going to have to go through 3 mountains, so this is not ideal. 3 mountains. 1 mountain is worth the same as 2 forests, so it would not have helped to have gone through both of those. Ugh, brutal. And now we're just going straight down, and this will not be enough supplies. What do you know? Oh, it nearly is, though. But it also is not that much forest, thankfully, to get us all the way over to this other side. So we'll just do it. Okay, an ambush. You have walked straight into an ambush. Stones are raining down all around you. Only your training and quick reflexes keep you safe. So mostly this is about defense, which ours is insanely high at 66. It was also quickness, which is not that high, 56. Coordination, which is 64, pretty high. And awareness. I think it's in descending order, but since they're all kind of the same boldness, like brightness, the letters, maybe they're more or less equally weighted. but defense being obviously the most important one. As abruptly as it began, the attack ceases. The slingers have left you. All you can do is count your wounded. Okay, well, that was... Well, I could have been worse. And I think we'll just go right to this town, which should be the last one we need. And there it is. And we can pretty much just make a run straight south. I mean, actually just straight south. Not even just kind of. Voila. You've completed your mission to everyone's satisfaction. And experience sharpens your mind. Your awareness has increased. Fantastic. Oh, that's really good news. Let's do a little javelin practice, just for the fun of it. We have a lot of time for this one, frankly. I want strength to go up. Okay, let's try this one. Constitution. The wrong thing. How are we doing now? So our endurance and constitution are just insane. Don't need them any higher. Endurance could go up higher. I mean, I guess we'll have to do this running because it's the only way we can... I don't want constitution. I want the endurance and the coordination, but we keep getting that penalty. Okay, so we've failed enough times in a row. Let's go ahead and do a... Let me look at the miscellaneous here. So we are a centurion. Well, centurion posterior. It's probably like the... I don't know what that rank is, to be completely honest. I do not know. I imagine it's kind of like second in command. It's the posterior should be the rear, right? So the rear centurion. But we're not in charge of the maniple, so obviously there's something not quite right. Yeah, or actually our morale has finally dropped below where we want it. So yeah, let's do a play board game. And that was effective. We'll do a extra coaching. Okay, vast fire blazes in the night. People are running away from it. Punics, enemies? Yes, enemies. They run towards you unarmed, unaware of your presence. You wait, sword in hand. Interesting. And suddenly they wear the faces of your companions, the ones who are with you in Hispania and the ones who share your camp now, even people you knew back in Rome. Obviously, we are in a dream. You wake up, another nightmare. You wonder if they will ever end, but you know the answer. Your grandfather's younger brother was a centurion at the time of the First War. You remember his tales. These memories will keep living inside your mind for as long as you breathe. You turn on your side and try to get some more sleep before dawn. You can't. Well, that's a bummer. We'll just play more board games. I think it might actually be okay for us to take a break here and just buy and sell because, well, I don't know. I don't know if that was actually completely worth it. And another thread of our life is spun. Despair is pushing Carthage to sue for peace once more. An armistice is arranged, and for a time it seems the negotiations may succeed. Oh gosh, is this the children one? Is this when we demand the children? It doesn't last. When a large number of Roman transports are scattered by a storm along the coast near Carthage and a Punic fleet is sent to capture them, the Roman envoys asking for their return are first set upon by an angry mob, then almost killed on their way back. At the same time, Hannibal and his army are recalled to Africa. After 15 years, he is leaving Italia. This may be great news for your fellow citizens in Rome, but you have mixed feelings about it. Rome's most fearsome and cunning enemy is coming after you. No matter how weakened and tired he may be, he is still the man whose name struck fear into the hearts of your people for so long. One consolation, the way the Punics think of Scipio is not much different by now. If anyone can stop Hannibal, it's him. Alright, so our time left is getting a little bit lower. We do have this offer sacrifice, which we will use as our last option, but let's even have a little fun. So lost 10 denarii, but we gained 5 morale, and I think that was worth it. And another thing. Slave bumps into you, drop his load, and we can make sure he's alright, which is gonna... I can't believe we haven't had this one. We've probably already had it with other characters, so... Virtues... It's fine. We're actually quite a virtuous person. Okay, so let's go back to leisure, and no more having fun. By the way, it's possible that any more having fun will... I really just wanted morale, but I didn't get it. So let's go back to training. Shield has gone up, and more Thread of Life is being spun. There are persistent rumors that Hasdrubal Gisco killed himself in Carthage before his own people could execute him. Apparently the situation is getting more and more tense in the Punic capital. Okay, well, that's not good for you, Mr. Carthaginian. Let's do this, because I don't know how much time we have left. Alright. I think this is actually worse. How is this? Yeah, this is just literally worse than what we have, but cost a lot more. I don't think we're going to find our an equal to our sword. Yeah, 66. It's really good. Celtic Light Helmet. This is probably not going to be anywhere near as good. Yeah, the awareness penalty we're taking right now is only 1. This is a really good helmet. I'm so happy with it. You have chainmail, which is... Okay, now this is just numerically superior. And for 0 penalty, I mean, I guess that there's just no way we don't take this, which will completely cover our groin now, and 5% of our leg, which, you know, doesn't really matter, but... The higher resistance by 1 point and the anti-armor resistance, these things are going to help us because we saw how many times we actually did shake off several blows to the chest. So this will be the armor we end up buying and probably completing the game with, or, you know, alternatively dying with. So I get it. The 3 is the crafting quality, or no, material quality. Alright, so let's buy this one. We'll equip it. We still have 627 left, so we actually can just keep the other stuff. A little surprising. Awareness penalty of 2, but yeah, it's really not that good. That one is the one I was thinking about keeping. Yeah, so it's... I really like the lower penalty one. I don't think there's any way we'll go back to the penalty of 0, because penalty 1 is just... It's so much better for only penalty of 1. This is the penalty of 2, penalty 3, and I honestly don't think this 2 is worth it either. 1541, 1541, because this is just covers you so much better. I mean, if you're going to go for penalty, you might as well go for... Yeah, I think we'll get rid of that. Pretty much no reason to keep anything but the one we have, but we'll keep this backup as basically just an item we can sell in a pinch. Oops. Let me just see. 4 to 15, 57. Yeah, so let's sell the worser one. We'll confirm those sales. So we have a few items as a backup. Basically, we have exactly 1 set of backup equipment. And I kind of like that. But there's also... Yeah, there's really nothing else here for us. So we'll close that and we'll continue. Yes. Getting close enough. We'll probably do one more workout and then go to the temple. What is it that I really am missing now? I mean, our sword and shield are up to... Let's get it even higher. One more. That's very good. I'm extremely happy with that. Let's go and offer sacrifice. Morale's increased by 20. Perfect. And I know it's going to drop our morale a little bit more, but I'm just going to keep training this until... Yeah, there it is. So sword was able to increase 1 more time, and I think that was really important. 67 for sword, 70 for shield, 50 for javelin, so it's not... It's much, much, much higher than it used to be, at least. Otherwise, our character is really stacked, man. I mean, obviously, the game is going to continue to get more and more challenging, so if you're not growing, you're falling behind. You are here's what Centurio Posterior is. You are in charge of the left-hand century and second in command of your maniple behind the Centurio Prior. Yeah, I mean, I was guessing that, but I didn't know it. Here it is. We're in the Principes line. Principes. I guess we're ready to move on. Inventory's good. Yeah, so our bullseye is 25%. I mean, obviously it could be improved. So we're still at superb. That's just amazing. All right, let's move on. You are just a few days' march from Carthage. You don't know Hannibal's exact location, only that he must be close. According to spy reports, he raised more troops after landing in Africa, but it's not them that you should worry about. His trusted veterans are with him, men who have survived in hostile territory for 15 years. Ligurian mercenaries enrolled by his youngest brother, Mago, who succumbed at sea to his wounds, have also joined his army. Soldiers from Bruttium, former allies of Rome, who sided with the Punic general after Cannae, complete his foot force. You feel a weird sense of disquietude, as though the next few days could change forever the course of the world. Alright, here we are in Zama, Africa, and we have superb morale. The troops love us, even the centurions love us, and the proconsul even knows who we are. Probably. All seems quiet as you patrol the area near the camp. Eventually, you have to split up your party. We can either go down the path descending towards the bank of a narrow stream, or go up the snaking path to the left to an area littered with oaks and shrubs. I like this stream idea. You are carefully examining the area when a bunch of legionaries call for the rest of you. They have found a man hiding behind a large rock, right behind the bank of the stream. He doesn't speak, but surrenders immediately. You take him back with you. We failed some intelligence and awareness check, but considering our... well, yeah, we're about average, so... 2 more spies are captured and brought before Scipio. To everyone's astonishment, he treats them as free men, and even instructs a tribune to show them around the camp. When their tour is complete, the Punic spies are seen departing, attended by an escort of all things. A few days later, you're breaking camp and moving closer to Zama. Rumors are rife that Hannibal wants to meet Scipio in person and talk peace. Whether he's doing this out of curiosity after the magnanimous treatment of his scouts, or because of something they saw during their uncustomary visit, you have no idea. You stop near a town called Naragara. As always, you start building your camp on an easily defendable position. The Carthaginians set their camp less than 4 miles away. All seems fine now, and people who know history well know that there's a big meeting that's about to take place. Another day goes by. Scipio leaves camp with a bodyguard of picked horsemen. From your high observation point, you watch them ride slowly towards the meeting place. They join a similar group coming from the opposite camp. When they are close enough, most of the riders stop. 2 figures from each group advance towards each other, the 2 commanders and their interpreters. You have no idea which is which. From this far, all you see is 4 barely distinguishable dots. One of those dots is the man that shook your world to its foundations. The meeting goes on for a while, referring to Hannibal, I suppose. The meeting goes on for a while, the fate of millions depending on the unrevealed words they are trading. Then the 4 dots separate and rejoin their escorts, riding back to their respective camps. Too soon, way too soon to have reached agreement. You see to have reached an agreement. You see the apprehension on the faces of those standing next to you. When Scipio gets back, word spreads quickly through the camp. There will be battle tomorrow. If we say we're disappointed, we might take a morale hit. If we say we're eager for battle, it's probably a roll check anyway, but let's just say it. For so many years, you have been winning victory after victory under Scipio's leadership. You have come a long way. You won't falter tomorrow. Oh, so it worked. Good. So our morale is basically as high as it'll go, which is great in case we need to be in a defensive position. The day has come. Your army is fully deployed on the battlefield. The principes to which you belong stand in the center with the rest of the infantry. The ostati form a line in front of you. Unlike the usual checkered pattern, the gaps between each of your maniples are exactly in front of the gaps between yours. Let's review that again. I need to reread it. Unlike your usual checkered pattern, so it's, like checkerboard. That makes sense. The gaps between each of their maniples are exactly in front of the gaps between yours. So it's not checker pattern. I guess we're all in a column. Yeah. Okay. That's what it must be. Also, their gaps are filled up with velites. Usually, these skirmishers are deployed in front of the heavy infantry. Behind you, the triarii are disposed in a similar arrangement. The continuous line of men up ahead blocks your view. You can't see anything of the enemy. Oh boy. Except for the elephants. Hannibal has positioned his huge beast in the middle, right there in front of you. Oh boy. Your wings are protected by the cavalry, as usual. Massinissa leads his Numidian warriors on the right, while Laelius is in the command of your Italic Socii on the left. You wait. There's nothing else you can do. The lull is interrupted when the elephants begin to advance. You wonder how it must feel to the soldiers in the first line. When the large animals are close enough, a deafening noise arises from the sides as every horn and trumpet in the hands of your cavalry is blown. So this was an attempt to unnerve the animals, basically. It seems to work. The elephants are unsettled by the racket. Some of them turn away and run off on their own. The rest keep advancing towards the center. The Veltes fall back, opening the wide gaps between the maniples of the Hastati. The elephants are lured in while the Veltes keep attacking them with their javelins. They are approaching your line. Seeing these fearsome beasts roaming about is disconcerting. There were elephants in Ilipa in Spain, but they never got this close, so we lose a little bit of morale. You keep banging on your shield with your sword as you have been instructed to do. The elephants keep away from the noise while the Veltes go on dealing with them. At last, they move past and disappear beyond the rear. The danger is over for the moment. You notice your cavalry is no longer there. They must have charged when you were dealing with the elephants. At a signal, the Hastati close the gaps and start moving forward. You do the same and follow. You stop at a distance when they engage something. The Carthaginian first line? You keep ready, not knowing what's going on. At one point, they start advancing again as if their opponent were retreating. Then they suddenly come to an abrupt halt. Their line is losing cohesion under what must be a powerful shock. The centurion in charge of your maniple decides it's time to spring into action. He leads you forward to reinforce the Hastati and fill the gaps. There's not enough room for everyone, at least initially. We can either dash into the fight or stand back, and I'm feeling very confident, so I'm going to dash into the fight. Every moment counts. You and many others advance to help the Hastati. Our virtue has increased. Bodies, weapons, and shields are scattered about. The ground is more slippery. Whatever has been going on here, it's been even more brutal than usual. So our coordination has helped us. Thankfully, what is it at? Yeah, 64. It's pretty high. You manage to keep your balance, but in the ensuing chaos, you become separated from the ranks. Two enemies jump on you without wasting time. Okay, so these are... oh, wow. They're levy soldiers, so this is actually not even going to be a competition. One has good strength and endurance, and the other one is just mediocre in every way. I guess if we're going to swing for the fences, we might as well swing against the levy soldier. Yeah, we'll close in. I mean, honestly, I was going to say our attack might even be so good that it doesn't matter. Now, are we close enough? I think we are. Confined space. Non-pole weapons with a reach greater than 2 will suffer an attack penalty. Fantastic. So these guys must be facing an attack penalty. Have a reduced chance of success. Wait, is it true? So it doesn't say anything about bonuses or whatever. I think what we're going to do is just swing and hack at this guy's leg. He's got armor everywhere except for, wow, except for his leg. Now, I think this, I can't tell what this armor is. Oh, armor, quilted linen cuirass. So we can actually probably swing, this was, I think, Jean's advice that when they have quilted armor, it doesn't really matter. You can swing for the torso even if it hits the armor. Should do a good amount of damage still. Let's find out how true that is. First of all, let's see. This is good enough. Okay, so it did minus 12 to him, which is, yeah, pretty good. I'm gonna attack again. I think we'll open up a little bit more. Minus 6. So it is absorbing 4. It's really true. It doesn't seem like that's enough to stop us. Okay, well, we knew that was coming eventually, but there's a lot of action going on without us. Do you think it's time to recover? We might not. We might be able to just swing here. I think we will. Minus 8. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Let's go back and recover. Wow, we're just doing so well. I mean, I'd hate to target a guy after I started working on the other one, but I mean, it's just gonna be so easy to hit him. Yeah, let's work on his leg. Swing and a miss. Well, that's probably because we were... Yeah, I mean, I think we roll the dice like that. it was always possible. We don't expect it'll happen again. Let's go back to this guy, finish him off. I think we'll only move 3/4, not all the way, because this should be enough to give us a victory. So I think we'll just kill him this way. And I think we're just going to go for it. There it is. Okay, so we'll wait to recover. Now we can go full on, since we're not worried about anything else. I think we'll just attack the torso. So he's trying to recover. Until he actually succeeds in his, we'll just keep attacking him. Because we know we can recover whenever he gets his recovery in. Just slowly whacking him. Okay, I mean, he just killed himself. That's fine, he was going to die anyway. You hastily recover your position, but it is not over yet. Okay, another Ligurian, and this guy's good constitution, but weaken everything else, which is just going to make this a long-winded fight, but I'm not too worried. Let's throw a javelin. Ah, wow, hit his head, holy cow. Yeah, so we'll just attack. This guy has no armor, so he's just a dead person. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be over before he does anything. Yeah, we'll go for the win here. Oh, wow. Oh, let's go for it. Didn't need to do that, but decided to. Okay, let's respite. And here's another one. Just as bad. Constitution, again, his strongest point. Which is, you know, the worst thing to have, really. All it does is prolong the fight, really. I'm going to respite quite a few times here. Waiting for him to miss. He missed, and we get this show on the road. So he's wearing the quilted armor. I mean, his head is a little bit armored. Actually, no, it's substantially armored. And that is... I don't know what that is, but I think that's 75-20, and it probably has pretty good reduction. We can almost hit his neck. Let's go for that. Yeah, it was probably unnecessary to risk, but we'll recover since he recovered. Oh! Only 3 hit points, but boy, scared me that he hit me in the head. So we can see that I guess we're doing pretty okay with the armor. Taking only 3 hits is fine by me. Yeah, we'll just whack away at his armor. Eventually we'll get him. -2, not the best. Oh man, boy, he bungled that. I mean, we can't miss, so I think I will go for his neck. And we missed. Just kidding. I guess we can't miss. Oh my gosh. This guy. Probably was very unlucky that we had that situation. Okay, let's... Where do we attack that's going to get through? Maybe his leg. It might be doing as much damage or more to go for his leg, and it's going to make him more fatigued, which should make him easier to hit. So we're just going to try to squeeze in a kill here. Ugh, darn it. Well... I mean, it was still a pretty good attempt. Eventually the enemy formation starts breaking apart. Very soon panic spreads as their wavering turns into a rout. So that was pretty good, because he was seriously wounded. The opposite line is broken, but the clash has left you untidy and partly scattered. Your cavalry and the enemy one are nowhere to be seen. Alright, superb morale. We are a little bit injured, down to 55, which could be worse. I mean, 55 hit points is still plenty of time. We'll survive a couple of hits. The enemy infantry is fleeing, but in the distance, they start splitting in 2 separate directions. Something is blocking their path. Beyond, you spot another line of foot soldiers ready for battle. You notice the glitter of heavy armor. Hannibal has kept his veterans in reserve. You must regroup, or all is lost. Mounted Roman high officers ride from side to side, shouting orders. Your maniple has to fall back and move to the right wing, but it is a difficult maneuver given the circumstances. Okay, so we can either do as we're told, Or forget about orders, regroup as many as you can, and stay in the middle. Well, our charisma is 60, and our intellect is... I'm going to go for this, forget about orders. Time is too short, there is only so much you can accomplish. You manage to regroup, but stay in the middle. Now you form a single line along with the Hastati and the Triarii. Blood and corpses cover the ground that separates you from the Punics. You advance. Your legionaries are hardened soldiers, but walking over mutilated corpses before facing the enemy is an appalling experience. Let's just don't say anything. Keep focused on the imminent clash. You're beyond the Jerusalem tract. The enemy line is still waiting for you. This is the last stand. Your ancestors at Lake Regillus centuries ago. The men who broke the warlike Samnites at Aquilonia after 3 ferocious wars. Their sons who stopped Pyrrhus at Beneventum. The generation of your grandfathers who shattered the Carthaginian fleet off the Aegates Islands. Did they all feel like you do now, approaching a moment that will resonate through time? Here in the center, you have to face Hannibal's veterans, his finest troops, who have followed his lead through endless years of hardship and triumphs. You steel yourself for a titanic struggle. When the other side, oh gosh, we are not going to have time to save and quit, huh? Okay, because it's 36 minutes. We will pick off a specific target. Aha! Your target skillfully deflects the missile, but at least you've caused some minor disruption by the enemy formation. Okay, Hannibal's veterans, they are truly veterans, but actually I would say that we are, we're better off than I expected versus this person. If I remember, so we're about the 70% mark. Constitution is at the 80. I wish I could actually see bars like his, because this is probably around 70. So we're, like, almost all of our things are around 70. His defense is really good, though, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Let's close in. Wow. I think this is a good start. We'll definitely be working the... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think we're actually going to have to feint. This is going to be a war of... probably more a war of fatigue than anything, but... if I can get a hit in on the fatigue side, that would be great. This is only a 50% chance. Are you kidding me? Now, that armor is incredibly heavy, so we're not going to try to get a hit in there. So the arm is... let's go for the arm. I mean, we basically just want to do fatigue damage. So far, so good. Okay, there's the miss. We don't actually want to recover yet because that'll just give him an opportunity. So I think I'm going to respite aggressively, as I mentioned, because I think our chances of succeeding would be too low. And now we can recover defensively. And he failed. Okay, so let's just respite neutral. Okay, now we go back and we do the feint. So we got our cycle here. I think feint is going to be important against these really battle-hardened enemies. And wow, our leg chance is pretty good. Of course. Again, we want to... oh, wow. Let's just go for it. It was a 50% chance, so in theory, shouldn't have been impossible. Okay, let's just recover defensively. I'd rather be all the way back. And he succeeded with the respite. You know what? We'll do the respite as well. We'll just keep doing some respites here. Wait for him to miss or something. How many more can we go? Ah, the situation is changing. I forgot that this is not a battle to the death. Well, I mean, honestly, it's just the chances of actually hitting him are so low that we'll just do a quick feint. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be able to get him below 50% unless we just get a lucky blow in here. And the chances are so low, it's just going to put us in a position to be hit. So I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just quick feints. We don't need to worry about the fatigue, but yeah, just missing a lot of 50% chances. There was a lull in the fighting. You might take this chance to fall back and recover. As a centurion, you are expected to lead your soldiers in battle for as long as possible. Do you want to fall back? No. You keep your place in the front line, ready for another clash. Okay, good. Oh, I see. So, little did I know. Well, okay, we'll just close right in. This guy's completely fresh. But, you know, we're not doing too bad. I think we'll take our first opportunity to respite here. And that should give us an opportunity to feint. Nice. Oh, wow. Wow. We're not going to win this fight, so we will respite here. Respite again. Because he's down low, so yeah, if he recovers, now we'll go back and respite defensively. Perfect. And you know what? We're actually kind of... well, the fatigue is a little bit higher than normal, but not doing too bad. This guy's defense must be a lot lower or something. I mean, we should take a look, right? Yeah, his strength, endurance, constitution are very good. Coordinations and defense are definitely lower. Okay, that means that we're actually going to be able to do some hits, but he is much more likely to hit us as well, which we should definitely take into account. Good, we got some hits, and he recovered. So let's go back and respite. We're almost back to even in terms of fatigue with this guy. He missed. We'll go for our thing. Yeah, look how much easier it is to hit. So we get our aggressive hit in. I think that this is just going to end up being fantastic for us, this little cycle. Okay, so just go ahead and respite again. Come on, no more, no -1. Again, the unfortunate thing is that this cycle just, what happens, right? Just keep fainting, I guess. Okay. So he failed his recovery. I guess we can go for an attack. I mean, I don't see this working. This strategy does not seem like it's going to help us much. Okay, yep. Didn't do enough damage to actually hurt us, which is good. And he succeeded in his feint, but... okay, let's say no, we don't need to fall back yet. Everyone's going to worship us, worship us by the time this battle's over. Okay, we're finally fighting somebody who's fatigued. That's good. Probably gonna have to put a cut in this video. Oh, you jerk. How dare you hit me. Here we go. Let's see who we're up against. Yeah, this guy is just generally good. Quickness is very low, which I almost consider a benefit sometimes. Endurance, constitution very high. So we probably can't, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea how we're gonna beat this guy. He has a lot of endurance, and he furthermore has a lot of constitution. So it's not like we can kill him, and it's not like we can defeat him in an endurance game. We probably can, but not before the round ends. Okay, there we go. Please don't recover. Well, we probably should just go for it, right? There's like a chance we'll hit his head, and a chance even beyond that we won't. Nah, it's just too low of a chance. Let's go for his leg. Wow. So his armor is... he only has a 20... I think has a 30% chance of that hidden. Well, we got unlucky. Yeah, 25% chance seems like to block. So it's probably 20 for the greaves and 5 from the chainmail. Anyway, he recovered, so no point in attacking now. Just defend, respite. Oh, I didn't want to recover. I wanted to respite for now. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's really low chance. Well, we'll go for the feint. It worked. Yeah, if he recovers, that means that, well, we can feint, I guess. This is bad for us fatigue-wise, but now we're back. Eventually, I mean, I know that it would be better to actually kill somebody, but eventually we're going to just win this fight. Yeah, we can probably attack because the battle is just about to end, so I'm not really interested in... Yeah, I'm not really interested in just playing the feint game right now because it's just about to end. I think it should be over now. And we could definitely use the recovery in this one. Yeah, let's fall back. Opinion decreased by... I think it's fine. We stayed at the front 3. Once again, you lead your soldiers as... Okay, so now I feel more comfortable. This guy's a little bit injured. Oh my gosh, he's quite good. But not as good on the defense. Okay, so that's the key thing. And I think we could have stayed in front, frankly. Yeah, this guy's very skilled. I think we'll just go for his arm. Got a hit. Keep going for his arm. So he didn't even try to recover. Yeah, I mean, I'm worse off than him right now, so it'll probably end up taking me 2 recovers, but I don't want to be the one to initiate that. What chance do I have, though? I think we'll just go for a respite. There he goes. Okay, now we're back on the offensive. Oh my gosh, we're going to miss. But 50% chance, right? It's just a coin toss. I feel like even though our morale is high, I mean, I just have this feeling that anytime it's 50%, it's actually 0. It must be observation bias, but it's respite. Oh yeah, he recovered. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. He did attack. Okay, well, back we go. Try it, at least. Yeah. Charge. Let's do it. It worked! Alright, we got a little bit of time here. We gotta really think about this. What do we want to do? Fatigue game, or I think it might even be the same thing at this point. His armor covers him so well. Let's go for the leg. We're gonna hit that armor eventually, but... Okay, he's starting to work his way up, and he recovered twice. Wow. I think we'll just go ahead and recover, and then we'll respite defensively. And the situation is changing. We're close enough to this one that I would like to land a blow, just to get him below 50%, which is the... I mean, hell, why do I really need to do that? My morale is as high as it can go. Does not seem like a wise idea. What I want to do is absolutely respite, so that I could be prepared. Ouch! To stay in the game. Damn, he hit me in the defensive even. Okay. They're still holding the ground tenaciously, and this video just does not stop. The Punics won't give way. They are too strong. Your comrades are tiring. Too many are wounded. They are faltering. So many years, so much bloodshed, only to fall here, one step away from victory? You keep resisting. Your formation is moments away from breaking. You almost fail to hear the approaching thunderclap, and then the shockwave rippling through the rear of the Carthaginians. What? The cavalry. The cavalry is back. Attacked on 2 fronts, the Punics are in chaos now. Without wasting a moment, you renew your assault with energies you didn't suspect you had. Some of the enemies attempt to flee and are cut down. Many more stand where they are and fight to their last breath. Others surrender when they realize all hope is lost. It is over. It is finally over. And that'll be the end of this video. So we'll continue in the next one. This has been really exciting. Hope you're enjoying it. Until the next one, thanks for watching, and take care.